Hi everyone, it's Jeff from Papercrafts. Thank you for joining me today and welcome to Fun Fold Friday. So today I'll be recreating this card which I shared as part of my artisan project using the Earthen Elegance Suite. So that's with the Earthen Textures bundle, the stamp set, and the dies, as well as the Earthen Elegance DSP. So as you can see, I'll be changing up the color combination, but I'll be using the same elements for my card today. So I have Pool Party, which is for the belly band, and it is 8 1/4 by 1 inch. Soft Sea Foam, which is a 10th fold card, that is 3 3/4 of an inch by 10 inches, so folded in half at 5 inches. Let's just double check. Yeah, I have the Earthen Elegance DSP with this design, and I think that's the pretty peacock. So that's 12 inches by 5 1/4 inches. There we go. So first things first, I have gone ahead and die cut a couple of the elements that I need. I'll go through that in a minute, but I'll do some stamping for the pot, and I'll be using blueberry bushel. So quick and easy stamping, but I will step it up with a bit of coloring in Stampin Blends. So that one is done. So that one, and I'll be coloring that in Azure Afternoon Combo and Balmy Blue. So with that, I'm just gonna add Azure Afternoon Dark. Ooh. Do take your time. A couple of lines. Blend that in with the light, so just coming out, and then on the outside as well, and then with the Balmy Blue Dark, just blend that out even more. So if you want a seamless blending, do work quickly. All right, I'm just gonna do the other side. This time it won't be as thick, so one line of dark Azure Afternoon, and then go into the light, and then dark Balmy Blue. So I'm just going back and forth to blend that in. Now you can add a bit of dark Balmy Blue on the edge as well, and it just gives it a bit of dimension. There we go. If you want it to not have the white, you can go in with your light Balmy Blue in between if preferred, but I quite like the white hint on there. So that is now done, and I'll die cut that in a second with the pot. I've gone ahead and die cut the handle design, so I'm just gonna quickly color that with light Azure Afternoon for the handle. So all you need is the handle, and just make sure all of the edges are done, but you could always just do that once it is stuck down. So I've done that one. I've done 2 of the cross design in gold foil, and we're just gonna cut one end into a point. So with your paper snips, just follow the side, the diagonal line, and then cut up, and then again follow the diagonal line on one of the crosses. So now we have those two. I've die cut this design in shaded spruce, and again we're just gonna cut the end point to look a bit like chevron. So where the stalk is, or yeah, the leaves, I guess, just cut that to a point using the die cut as a guide. So those are done. I'll die cut that in a second, but we'll do some stamping on the soft sea foam. So for this one, I'm just gonna add the sprig in shaded spruce, so to match the die cut at the front. So just a couple of those. Just be careful with this stamp, because sometimes I press too hard, but that's fine. So if you have the die that's actually gonna go there, so probably have it slightly lower with the stalk. See, but that's fine. I can live with that. And just offset it or go on the other side. And we can then copper emboss another design, which is this one. Or white emboss would look, I think would look nice as well, because it's one of those feathery, I think, textures. But I'm just gonna keep it copper emboss. So I'm just gonna prepare my card base, especially because I stamped on it. So using an embossing buddy from the Embossing Additions toolkit. And then ink the up in Versamark. And stamp just then trying to centralize it, but what will be will be. There we go. So that one is now done. I'll just get my copper embossing. So quite a simple inside, and I'm not gonna add a sentiment, so you could always add that in the actual inside of the card. And what's great about this fold is because it's got a 10-fold, your message can be hidden as well whilst it's being displayed. Right, I'm just gonna get my heat tool. So cover your ears now. There we go. Nicely embossed. It has warped slightly the card, but that again, that's going to be inside. So that is fine. Now I have those. I will just die cut my pot. So the pot die is actually smaller than the stamped image. So just make sure that it doesn't move. That is now done. So to finish up that element, let's bring this back, the handles. So just cut that in half and add glue to the end point and line that up on the side as well as the top trim on there. Do the same for the other one. So line up the side and along the trim on the top. I cut it in half just because it's slightly shorter. And if you see any white gaps just on your handle, just bring in your blends again and just top that up. There we go. I've got the natural wavy trim, and as nice as the natural tone is, I am going to add a bit more color to it, and I'm using the copper clay dark Stampin Blends. And we can now construct our card. So get your paper trimmer. Again, the measurement for this is 12 inches by 5¼ inch, and you're just going to score at 3/4 inch on the right hand side, turn it over and score at 2 inches, and then at 4 inches. Do the same for the other side. So that is at 3/4 inch. Turn it over again, 2 inches, make sure you don't cut it, and at 4 inches. Now we're going to mark, to get the diagonal lines, we're going to mark along the edges. So get a ruler and just line that up. You're going to mark at 1 3/4 inch on the side, and then at 3½ inches. So that should be 1 3/4 on the top and on the other side at the bottom, I guess. And there should be 1 3/4 inch in the middle, so it's divided into 3 parts. So do the same for the other side. So 1 3/4 inch and 3½ inches. And we're just going to bring in the trimmer again and cut the diagonal points or edges using the mark area and the 4 inches score line. So the third from the edge. Okay, so marked area, and if it's better for you to do it, you can fold your score line so you can see it, or again you can mark it so it's better for you to see without having to yeah. I've forgotten, but yes, so make sure that the mark point is on the track, and then the third score line from the edge, and cut. Do the same on the other side. So marked area or mark point on the edge, and then up to or down to the third score line from the edge. So you'll have diagonal triangular pieces of cuts. So do the same for the other end. So again, I'm just gonna fold that so I can see it. So mark point at the end and third score line from the end. Did I move it? I did move it. Just slightly. So 1 and 2. Mark point and score line. Now we should have hexagon. Is a hexagon equal sides? I don't know, but it's got 6 sides. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heptagon, octagon, octagon. Anyway, that is gonna be the card. Now you can either have it so then the pretty peacock design is on there, but I do like it this way so you can see both sides. So it's more of the light when it's displayed. Do I like it that way? I do prefer that. Let's see. So you're just going to fold accordion style. Oh, I do like that. So when it's open, you can see more of the and you're just going to have that like so. Let's see if that works. I'll do it the other way, as initially intended. So again, I'm just folding it accordion style. So if you want to see, so that is valley, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, valley. And we're just going to add that inside, flat on. It's a bit bloppy. Just make sure it doesn't go. Oh, just done it. Around the edge. And that should fit with a nice border around. And we can construct the belly band. So with the belly band, I've scored at 2 inches. So you're gonna use that as the end point. I would just say that slightly add a bit more space and then fold that over, and you'll just have a bit of overhang or excess on top of each other. So if you want to, you can add a tiny bit of glue there. And just burnish the fold a little bit. Do the same for your folds. And I'm actually going to use that joint at the front so I can hide it. So whilst that is on, place it along the center, and we're just gonna build up our belly band. So I'll bring that in. So right on the edge, just add dots of glue, align that centrally. Do the same on the other side. So instead of leaves, now we have geometric pattern. Get a block. Sometimes it's just easier to stick that down. Next, we're gonna add the trim. So you can use Tombow again, or you can add mini glue dot in certain areas. Lay that down across the center again. And now that we have height, we can use the mini glue dot now. So adding the foil, right on the edge or the cross section. We're just gonna add that on. So lining up the diamond on one of the joint on the wavy trim, and then do the same for the other one. Or again, you can use Tombow, should work as well. Just make sure that that is so 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the joint in the center. Using dimensional, do I have a small one? On the top and bottom of the trim, so at least you're not adding extra height. Take that off and place that centrally. To finish up, we're just gonna add some more copper using the, I've forgotten what it's called. How we got it here. Brush metallic adhesive dots. I've only got a few left, so I'll just use the small ones here. So right in the center of the diamond. And there we go. That is my gatefold curtain. I don't know, curtain gatefold. It has got the it's a gatefold and it's got the curtain fold. So yes, and what I like about this belly band is when it's displayed, it stands up because of the tent fold, like that, and you can add the belly band underneath, and when it's stood up, hopefully your stamping of the leaves and the flourish is in the center of the pot as well. So hopefully you enjoyed that gatefold. Do let me know in the comments below if you're gonna try and recreate it and what products you'll be using. That would be amazing. Tag us on social media at Mitosu Crafts if you are sharing your projects with this gatefold. We'd love to see your take on it as well. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!